Good morning and welcome to today's webinar. Today we will be presenting an overview of Ingresso and how Ingresso can help you digitize the voucher process and increase your revenue. My name is Michelle Larmore and I am the Vice President of Sales for accesso. Joining me today is Melanie Durrell, the Sales and Content Acquisition Director for our Ingresso group in London. So Melanie, let's get started.
Well, good day from London. I'd like to begin by saying that here at accesso, we believe that technology has the power to redefine the guest experience. Everything we do begins and ends with the guest experience. This allows us to help simplify operations, improve guest satisfaction, and thereby drive growth for our clients. A little bit about myself. I have over 25 years experience within the ticketing industry. This began in 1989 at Ticketmaster in the UK, where I launched the business sales team. 10 years later, I joined Air Miles First Call Group and eventually became a management board member. In this time, I developed the first transactional B2B website, specializing in sales to tour operators. When the company was acquired by Seaton, I became Director of Sales and Marketing, looking after all routes to market, including web and retail sales, with an annual value of over £100 million. Then I was appointed Client Services Director in 2004, and it was my role to negotiate and win major ticketing outsource contracts, successfully acquiring institutions varying from the Houses of Parliament to the Royal Horticultural Society flower shows and Farnborough International Air Show. In 2011, I was invited to become a founder member of Ingresso. At that point, API ticketing did not exist and wasn't even in the view of the UK venues. We had some lines of code and 5 stars, plus a lot of passion. I've really enjoyed the journey and having input into the creation of the platform services. I look forward to carrying the benefits forward now to Siriusware venues, enabling you to welcome your guests, however they choose to discover you. 2 years ago, accesso acquired Ingresso in order to enhance their suite of ticketing products by introducing an API integration and distribution platform. Ingresso had its start in London's West End Theatre by writing directly into those various ticketing systems, pulling venue-controlled inventory and distributing onwards. We sold through our own white label and connected various partners like Ticketmaster UK, Amazon, and lastminute.com. As the numbers of ticketing systems, suppliers, and distributors increased, the opportunity to create a true global distribution system, GDS, for tickets became a reality through Ingresso technology. Today, we are focused on transitioning all venues to API connectivity, starting with accesso Siriusware, Showware, and Passport. In our presentation today, we'll discuss how the Ingresso platform works, our strategic partnership with Reserve with Google, and the benefits of API ticketing versus current practices. We'll then end up on an update of our most relevant distributors in the US market. Ingresso connects venues such as ski resorts, museums, and attractions like yours through your Siriusware ticketing systems API. The Siriusware connector has recently been completed, and we're looking to onboard our first Siriusware suppliers onto the Ingresso platform. Once you've signed your agreement, Siriusware CSMs will help you build packages designated to the Ingresso merchant. In turn, Ingresso will connect your venue's curated ticketing inventory to the distributors of your choice. Our ticket distributors fall into 3 categories. Travel, including hotel and airline websites. These companies work to add on tickets after their initial hotel and/or flight bookings to form a complete travel package. And OTAs, or online travel agencies. You'll recognize some of these brands like Expedia, TripAdvisor, Priceline, and Booking.com. We work through a full API integration with these giants so that their guest experience is on brand and seamless. Next is e-commerce. Tickets can be distributed on a local or regional level to various types of resellers, whether that be through a hotel concierge, a receptive tour operator, or local media partnerships. Ingresso has a variety of connection solutions to ensure that all of these distributors are optimized. And finally, B2C. An Ingresso API integration can be made, or we give a fully branded white label booking flow, for online affiliates and direct-to-consumer brands to distribute tickets. An example here would be our new partners at Groupon, who now provide a retail full-price marketplace for their partners when they aren't running discounted offers. Ingresso also powers two B2C brands, FromTheBoxOffice.com and Global Tickets, both in the UK, where we market various types of tickets directly to consumers. We're very excited to announce that our integration with Reserve with Google is almost complete. If you've not heard about Reserve with Google yet, you will very soon, outside of this webinar. Ingresso is proud to say that we're one of the few direct connection options for suppliers. We power you to control in-house the traffic for your venues from guest to Google searches, right at the beginning of the discovery process, and instant fulfillment before they decide to go elsewhere or do something else. Perfect. In this initial slide, using a mobile flow, you can see what usual Google search results look like for San Francisco MoMA and San Diego Zoo. You may recognize the relevant information provided here by Google, but here's where it gets interesting. On the first mobile device, let's do the same type of search for the Tate Modern Museum in London. You'll see a Buy Tickets button, which, when tapped, brings you to the next screens to pick a date and time to purchase your tickets, all within the initial search. Okay, now onto desktop booking flow. Let's Google one of our Accesso Passport customers, One World Observatory. Here again, you'll recognize the traditional Google search results. But on the right-hand side, in prominent blue, there is now a Find Tickets button alongside the venue's address, hours of operation and phone number. Once you click the Find Tickets button, a Google map opens up to display One World's location. And on the left-hand side, you can see One World's timed tickets and various packages available to be booked. This seamless integration for ticketing started late 2018, launched by Google and attraction-based OTAs such as Get Your Guide and Tickets. As you can see in the red circle below, Tickets is sponsoring the listing for One World. What does this mean from the venue's perspective? Typically, a venue or attraction works with an OTA by providing net rates and a pre-negotiated margin. Those net rates are usually between 15 to 30%, depending on volume delivered and the importance of the venue in a particular market. In real bottom line terms, this is effectively a 15 to 30% discount on the retail ticket prices on your venue's website. To disrupt this, Ingresso provides a direct connect to your venue's online ticketing engine, where you'll only incur a small transaction fee. This cuts out a dependence on the OTAs and wholesalers, and of course, paying a high price for customers proactively searching for your venue and losing data along the way. If there's one further overriding reason to sign up with Ingresso through Siriusware, it would be this. As time goes on, those OTAs are better positioned to shift that Google traffic to their marketplace due to their large paid search budgets. Google has not been clear on when this will be monetized, as it's being tested right now, but when it does happen, it would be to your advantage to have a direct booking option other than through your OTA partnerships. Your IP contract terms can protect you against this revenue and data loss. In terms of local or regional distribution, Ingresso can provide a B2B solution, allowing your local resellers to get access to your live ticket inventory. The Ingresso B2B solution is multi-device friendly. You get full sales and customer service reporting, and you can have an unlimited number of assigned secure logins based on the pricing you've issued to that reseller. If you're interested in using the Ingresso B2B solution through Siriusware, we can set up a full demo at a later time. This slide shows some of the examples of the additional relationships that can be managed via an Ingresso partnership. As you see again, we connect your Siriusware system to the Ingresso API integration service, purpose-built for incremental distribution. There are three types of relationship that we'd like to call out this afternoon. One, supplier-managed relationships. Here your venue owns their commercial relationship, and Ingresso provides and manages simply the API connectivity. We know that you've worked long and hard to get your distribution network to where it is, and we expect that you may wish to continue to negotiate with some of these OTAs or distributors. Ingresso will facilitate the API connection to the distributor, and based on your financial agreement, will either pay you on their behalf or they may keep the direct financial relationship, exactly the same as it is right now. 2, Ingresso managed relationships. Ingresso can distribute your ticket supply to the 60 or so distributors already on our network, and we are adding more distributors each month. Here's how it works. We have and will add more distributors, but you most likely do not have the bandwidth to manage those relationships from a commercial and financial perspective. So Ingresso will do that for you. You simply open up a net rate to Ingresso and provide a retail rate to be sold on the distribution network. Ingresso will keep a small percentage of that margin, but will pass the bulk of the margin to the distributor to incentivize them to market and sell your tickets to your venue. At any time, if one of those distributors seems to be performing very well, we are happy to introduce you to that distributor so that you can begin a direct commercial relationship, moving them into the supply and managed category. And last of all, we have strategic distribution points. The online marketplace is ever evolving, and we have resources to ensure that your venue is displayed on new strategic distribution channels. These strategic distribution channels, such as Google, Facebook, and others like them, can put a strain on an individual venue in terms of tech and operational resources. We will source, contract, do the distributor integration, and get your approval to be included on these new channels as they become live, effectively becoming an extra tech and sales and marketing resource for your venue. We are, of course, here at Ingresso fond of saying that API connectivity is the future, but we base that bold statement on these 7 risk factors when doing business in the way that it's been done for years. Working with vouchers and bulk purchase tickets really exposes your business in these 7 areas. Firstly, fraud. E-tickets and vouchers, as you know, can be forged or resold. We've seen this as recently as this month when a large venue decided to work with Ingresso after having one of its e-tickets copied and recycled to the tune of $15,000 loss. Queues or lines. No one likes to be in line longer than necessary. And the fact is there are long lines associated to validating e-tickets or exchanging vouchers for real barcoded tickets. And that really compromises the overall guest experience right at the beginning of their visit. Breakage, this is the big one. A large amount of tickets are sold through third parties that never even arrive to your venue. This allows the reseller to pocket the money. We've heard that breakage could account for up to 20% of monthly sales, and that doesn't seem fair if it can be prevented. Static pricing. This is described as the lost opportunity to adjust ticket pricing to accommodate demand. I'm sure that everyone here would have liked to have dropped or raised a price on distribution channels to increase revenue. But with vouchers and bulk pre-purchase tickets, this is impossible to do. Lack of control. The manual tracking of hard ticket inventory is challenging in the least. Think of the team hours put into allocating and reporting manually for however many accounts you have at your venue. Lack of transparency. Not knowing who, how many, or when guests are coming to your venue, causing scheduling and resource management issues. And finally, administration overhead. Manual labor associated to e-tickets and paper vouchers costs you time and money. We all know that not all prices and partnerships are created equal at your venue, and keeping track of those terms and reporting on them is challenging with vouchers and bulk printed tickets. Simply put, the Ingresso API is the answer to resolve each one of these 7 risk factors. Let's break that down. Fraud. Ingresso API ticketing ensures that your Siriusware actual barcodes are placed onto the e-ticket. Once that barcode is sold, it gets taken out of your ticket inventory until it's reconciled on the scan. There is no opportunity for a fraudster to copy and distribute it. Queues. Real barcodes mean a seamless guest experience when entering your venue. There's no more waiting at that box office or will call line to exchange for a real barcoded ticket. That Expedia or TripAdvisor sourced guest can walk right up to the turnstile, enter your venue, and begin their experience, hopefully spending more money in the venue because their excitement wasn't diffused by standing in a long line. Remember breakage, that really painful pain point? Every barcoded ticket is bought, sold, and accounted for in the ticketing system in advance. So now, if that guest never shows up to the venue, you've already been paid by the reseller, eliminating breakage once and for all. Imagine delivering up to a 20% revenue increase doing nothing extra. Static pricing. Make pricing as dynamic as you like, in real time, across our entire distribution network. Ticketing via the Ingresso API means it's easy to update all pricing channels from your own Siriusware system, and it automatically rolls out through all of our distributors in real time, no delays. Lack of control. API ticketing allows the venue to control not only the pricing, but access to inventory by channel in real time. Full control is back in your hands. Lack of transparency. All ticket prices and inventory are managed and reported on the partner, even as deep as at transactional level. Now, all of your venue stakeholders can clearly see which accounts are produced and which ones are underperforming in real time. Lastly, administration overhead. The direct Ingresso API eliminates the administration of double queuing front of house and the manual reconciliation of tickets by instantly reporting them in your system. Now, those team members can focus on the most important thing at your venue, the quality of the guest experience. In summary, here are the benefits of working with Ingresso. Full commercial and technical control. We allow you to determine your relationships and approve new distributors to be added onto the platform, while your sales and tech teams can be focused on other strategic tasks. Complete accounting support. We can help you with managing your larger distributors and completely take care of payments and accounting for the additional distributors on our platform. Sales transparency. Again, we provide the reporting that is needed to manage and grow your business through the various distribution or reseller accounts. We provide a dedicated support team to build and manage API integrations. We know that getting tech projects done is tough, but now you have Ingresso to build, connect, and manage all of those API integrations for you. And new distribution channels. Our commercial team is tasked with adding more distributors monthly, and we effectively therefore become part of your sales distribution team, delivering these connections to you for approval. Lastly, contracting support. As mentioned, we're happy to introduce you to any of our distributors on the platform for a commercial conversation, or provide some guidance based on our experience and expertise in ticket distribution. As mentioned previously, we have over 60 distributors on the platform, the number and quality growing every month. Here are the most meaningful connections that are on board now or will be within this quarter. Firstly, Groupon. They have over 60 million members on its database, all receiving product emails. These members will book over 70% of their tickets on their mobile app. We are fully integrated and launched with Groupon for both discounted offers and, more excitingly, perhaps, their new full-price retail marketplace. Imagine, no Groupon queues front of house, as everyone moves directly to turnstile with a voucher with your barcode on it. Tickets, a ticketing and transaction-focused OTA from the Netherlands. They just received a large round of funding, totaling over 45 million euros, and are looking to expand globally. They are already strong on both coasts for the US, and they cater to European travelers coming in. Travelzoo, a travel publisher with about 28 million subscribers. They are a white label media partner of ours, and if you'd like to work with them, we can enable an API connection for your venue on their platform. Google, we've already discussed at length. We Plan are a Latin American focused attraction and ticketing based OTA. If you're looking to expand your reach to Mexico or South America, they're a great option for you. TripAdvisor, also known as Viator, this connection is currently in development and will be available next month. Get Your Guide or another attraction and ticketing-based OTA. These guys are based in Berlin, Germany. They're very strong selling to German and European markets traveling to the US. Musement are a Southern European attraction-based ticketing OTA that was recently acquired by TUI. TUI is one of the largest tour operators and travel agencies in the world. As of January this year, Musement became the main booking platform for tickets and attractions for over 100,000 TUI travel agents. Lastly, Expedia Local Expert. I'm sure this doesn't need an introduction, and we're happy to announce this connection is complete and we've begun onboarding some of our current supply. So, how easy is it to get Ingresso live? First and foremost, we need a signed Ingresso agreement. Since Ingresso is newly acquired by Accesso, we do not yet have an overarching enterprise agreement to allow you to opt in. We're more than happy to send you the agreement ahead of time and answer any questions you may have about how our relationships work through the platform. Secondly, we need you to be on Siriusware system 4.7.03 or newer. If you aren't on any of the newer versions yet, please let your Siriusware contact know, and we can discuss expediting this process. Once the initial setup is done, we'll go through some testing of live packages through one of our distributors to ensure that everything is in working order prior to setting you live throughout the entire network. And then, finally, we go live. We typically see an increase of 20 to 30% when switched to API, simply because all of your distributors and the new ones now have access to all of your available inventory, rather than be limited to allocations and pre-purchases that you once allocated to them. Thank you for attending our webinar today. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our Ingresso solution, please contact sales@accesso.com.